For a big story, let's return to Shannon and Antonio Brown, whose agent Drew Rosenhaus says they're still trying to come up with a solution to AB's helmet fiasco, which is just the latest drama from the diva wide receiver. John Gruden and company seem to be approaching a breaking point with AB, much like Tomlin and the Steelers, who took a ton of heat this summer after swapping AB for a 3rd and 5th round pick. Question here is, do AB's antics in Oakland make you reassess your opinion of Tomlin, Big Ben, Juju Smith-Schuster? Do they make you reassess?
No. Nope, and I'm not going to mess with the math. There were 2 knuckleheads in Pittsburgh last year, and nothing today changes that fact. What we're seeing now just highlights today. It doesn't erase yesterday, y'all. And let's just be real. In my humble, experienced opinion, Ben Roethlisberger was dealing with what we're seeing here, which is a knucklehead, which is an issue. But instead of being the leader that Ben Roethlisberger was professed to be, he decided to take it out in different forms. One was the media and his radio show and calling them out. When you throw the ball to a defensive tackle and then blame AB, oh, that's AB's fault? So then AB takes issue with it, and we all know the firecracker he is. And when Ben Roethlisberger says, oh, that's how you want to play the game? I still have power, so guess how now I'm going to execute it? Juju, you're not open? I'm going to throw you open. Juju, you're not open? I'm going to throw you open. AB, I'm going to miss you on some of them routes. My heart's not into this. Their timing was off for their connection for over the years. This is film study with the microphones and commentators off. You can just look and say, what is going on with AB and Roethlisberger? So I think that it all came to a head. And AB, look, you're a low man on the totem pole. We got a Super Bowl winning coach, we got a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and we got AB. And he's a receiver who's now 31. It's a wrap. So I'm not changing what happened yesterday, but I am looking at AB right now in this present moment slightly different.
Yeah, I look at him slightly different. And I think what we need to do is we need to give Mike Tomlin more credit for being able to hold it together in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Because the things
he started
it. No.
Yeah.
He started it, you said?
Started it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
going to say this. The things that are taking place now, and I think I'm going along the line. Look, certain guys get preferential treatment. That is just the way the locker room has always been. Yep. Guys who put up the most production, touchdowns, they get the benefit of the doubt. However, we didn't hear many of these issues leak out the first 5, 6, 7 years when AB was in Pittsburgh. Yep. Mike Tomlin did a good job of keeping that together. Now, that doesn't mean he wasn't wrong for being able to check him, because he needed to check him just like he was a child. And Ben Roethlisberger was also wrong at times. However, you do see AB is a lot to deal with. And we talked about the Steelers being better addition by subtraction. They are a much better group without AB in the locker room, and even with throwing Lev Bell, even though I like that.
It doesn't make me change my opinion on Tomlin, Big Ben, or Juju. But this is what I'm saying. Antonio Brown, his coming out party was in a game I was playing in. When I was playing for Baltimore. With the ball I dropped in the playoffs. Antonio Brown called a ball, was 4th and 20-something, if I'm not mistaken, or 3rd and 20. He called a bomb. Nobody really knew who Antonio Brown was back then. That was his coming out party. From that point forward, he started making more plays, and Tomlin started giving him more leeway and more leeway. When you're drafted in the 6th round, he was a late round draft pick like I was. You come in there humble, head down, I gotta work.
Gotta make it.
You're not showing up late, because you can't.
Yeah.
When you start making plays, you start showing up late, and you see what you can get away with. If Mike Tomlin would have nipped that in the butt right away, he wouldn't have been late again. I saw it in Cincinnati with Chad. You give these players that are really good players, and you let them do what they want to do, they're going to take advantage of it. If you nip it the first time, nah, this ain't happening. We a team. I'm going to treat you different because you're a good player. But I'm not letting you do things that I'm not letting other guys do.
You are absolutely correct. Let me say that first. But also what you're saying is counterculture. I've never been on a team where the big dogs couldn't do what they wanted to do. I mean, I played with Hall of Famers who were passed out every meeting. Went on that field on Sunday between the whites, gave you hell.
Did you have guys?
And that was the way it went.
Leaving practice when they want to leave, showing up when they want to show up?
I had a guy get beat up at the bar the night before a playoff game, tapped out the playoff game. Y'all don't know who it is. Good luck trying to figure it out. And we just was like, it's normal business. We had to cover that up and keep it amongst family. I've been on that. I don't know how.
But you have guys that do those things off the field, and then when it's time, they're a good teammate. They're going to show. They're not going if you're the head coach, they're not going to make you look bad to the other guys on the team.
But you know what happened, TJ? They just gave a pass to a great player who may be the wrong guy to give that pass.
Right.
Here's where I disagree with you, TJ, although I think you made great points, is I think the Pittsburgh organization is to blame here. I think that culture of the Pittsburgh organization, the front office has more power than the head coach. And so I don't look at Mike Tomlin as giving Antonio Brown a pass. I look at the Pittsburgh organization
You're 100%
giving him a pass. And that is why I look back. I've been critical of Mike Tomlin the past couple of years. I'm starting to walk that criticism back. I want to see Mike Tomlin this year without the headache of Antonio Brown. I want to see Mike Tomlin now empowered where the organization's like, hey, man, we got to, this guy's won a Super Bowl. Other than Belichick, his winning percentage in the regular season is top-notch. We have to empower Mike Tomlin some more. Now I want to judge him. And the other guy, I was very critical of Big Ben. Before it was fashionable, I was like, and Big Ben's leadership, toilet. I'm going to walk a little bit of that back because, in my view, this has changed.
He still could have handled it different, Big Ben.
Yeah, sure. I'm not walking Big Ben back because all of a sudden the lake house is open when Antonio gone. And it was only open 4 years ago.
I'm going to say this.
Come on, bro.
I'm going to say this.
Come on now.
You don't invite everybody to your house.
It's a new
anybody.
Okay, would you want AB at your house?
Are we into team building? Are we into team building? Because if we are, why are you doing it from 2015 and then 2019? Or Kevin Colbert, general manager. You got 52 kids in this locker room? So I don't blame Tomlin at all.
I blame the front office.
I'm with you there.
But to me, when it comes to Big Ben or whatever, AB sucks up all the oxygen, man. And so I don't blame Big Ben for being like, damn, if I invite the team, I got to bring AB
You're the quarterback. It comes that type of responsibility.
Yeah. I don't know, sucking all the oxygen. That ain't AB style.
All right, Darnell, did we miss anything?
Yeah, man. So sticking with Antonio Brown, we know he skipped practice yesterday, but Ian Rappaport tweeted out that he actually showed up today. He's been causing a lot of noise over the last couple of weeks. I want to ask you guys, do you think this will put an end to all the drama?
That's
told it all.
No, he's put a Band-Aid. He's done a little sidestep here, but they didn't even have practice today.
Right. They had a walkthrough.
Yeah, he showed up.
My frostbites.
Yeah. Who knows? This man showed up for the team lunch. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, let me see them out there getting it in, a little 9-on-7 or some 7-on-7, and then he's still out there performing. Let me see that.
I mean, it didn't change anything. He is who he is, and you have to work around it.
If I see him on the field with a helmet, I'll say that. Conflict is gone.
Right.
And then I got to see how the season start, man, if he's not getting these targets and these catches.
Woo!
What I think mostly, Darnell, is that I think AB wants the check, but wants to make sure he gets out of the NFL in the next 2 or 3 years injury-free.
Oh, that's going to happen regardless. The way he acting, he got 2-3 years max.
No. But I'm just saying, the reason why he's skipping training camp, and I think he's not going to be the same dog on the field, is he's worried about getting through the rest of these years with all his money without ever being. He don't want no more surgeries, no more protocol life.
Load management? This is load management in the NFL. Come on, look what you done started, man.
Coming up, the NFL didn't win any praise with his decision to give Josh Gordon another chance. But is the silence just more proof that the league doesn't get enough credit? We get into